Hi there people, this is Plein, and today I'm doing a video about a randomly picked sample. So here's my box of samples. I keep most of my samples in that teapot container that my wife bought me for my birthday last year. And you can see that there's tons of samples in there. There's boxes too. I should at least take the boxes out of there. But yeah, like the actual fragrances are not even in those. So the rule is, if I owned it or know it too much, it's not really a first impression, isn't it? But if I don't know it enough, don't own it, and whatever, I'll still do the randomly picked thing. So here it is right now. Armani Code Profumo. I owned that one at some point. It's a great one. It's like a party fragrance, very, tonka bean and vanilla centric, and sweet, bubblegummy, and has a bit of a fireplace type warmth. Really cool. So this is Plein Soleil by Yves Rocher. So I don't have a lot of hope with that fragrance, to be honest. Let's try it out. I don't even know, I don't know the notes. I know it's an eau de parfum concentration. It's an Yves Rocher fragrance. It was in the box set that I bought for my wife at Christmas. I the two Christmases we had together. I bought a advent calendar that has skincare and makeup, and there was a bit like the last year. There was a bit of fragrance, so she gave me back the fragrance because she has whatever she wants. She has so many because of me. Yeah, I'm guilty, but let's try it out. I'm scared. I really am, because I don't have I don't know a lot about Yves Rocher fragrances. All right, the atomizer, got it. And let's spray to get an equal feeling on both hands. I'm going to the gym, so I mean, perhaps if it's not too loud, it's gonna evaporate, and I'll get to wear something else if I don't like it. All right, let it dry a bit. It's not that bad. It's like a light floral fragrance, heliotrope, I guess, something like that. There's that sun vibe, the sun kind of vibe that some fragrances have. It's there. It's definitely there. Okay, so not bad. It's not very. It's pretty faint, I will say, from my nose right now. Perhaps it's just because it's the morning and my nose is having a hard time. No, it kind of resonates a bit. But it's really like a solar floral fragrance, not sweet, like really, really not sweet. It has a bit of a sunscreen vibe to it that is really cool. It's a pretty cool vibe. I like the sunscreen type fragrances too, because it's like luxury sunscreen. So it's the perfect fragrance if you're like having a sunscreen and it's pretty cheap, so you don't want to smell like that cheap sunscreen. Then you get that fragrance on, and it just elevates the luxurious level of the sunscreen. Yeah, it has a little creaminess that you could associate with the sunscreen. It has a little powderiness, but it's very like it wouldn't be cloying at all during high heat. It's called Plein Soleil, so it's like full like sun like rushing on you, so it's kind of meant to be like a beach type of scent. Um, it's very like I think it's really sexy when you get like to the beach and have like a slight tan or whatever, and uh, it just fits in well with everything, you know, the sand and the sunscreen, and I think it's a very like hot fragrance for the beach. This one is probably more feminine leaning than masculine leaning, but I mean it's sunscreen. Like everyone should wear sunscreen, so I'm pretty sure that anyone could rock this fragrance over sunscreen. I think there's more interesting fragrances you could get that has that sunscreen vibe to it, but this one is very very solid still. You know, um, I don't even know the price for that fragrance. I think it's very high on the. I might be wrong, but it's like the heliotrope, which is like a flower that smells sunny in some ways. It smells a bit like sunscreen. I think it's that flower, if I recall correctly, but it has like a sunscreeny vibe to it. Um, and yeah, it's associated with the sun all the time. The Tom Ford Soleil, whatever I think is like the heliotrope is elevated in those fragrances. There's also heliotrope, I think, in 1 Million Parfum, which has like a very big sunscreen vibe to it, too. So, but much sweeter. Like this is a more floral fragrance, you know, very very floral. There's you can feel like the flowers in the fragrance. It's amazing. It actually smells pretty good. I really like floral fragrances like that. I think that those type of floral fragrances generally you're more going to associate that with feminine fragrances. But I think I would definitely wear that like on a hot summer day, going at the beach, or I don't know, like maybe going to working out like in the sun during the summer or something like that. I guess I would like to wear that. And it's not offensive. It's not gonna be cloying. It's just enough interesting that it can grab attention or something, even though it does smell like a luxurious sunscreen. But the flowery notes are not too bright. There's no like harsh sweetness to the fragrance. The the flower notes like smell a bit more natural than in a lot of other floral fragrances of that sort. So I mean, this is a pretty good one, in my opinion. Now I don't know if it lasts a long time, if it projects. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this is not a super projector. I'm pretty sure that it's meant like to be reapplied because, you know, if you're going to swim, then it's probably gonna wash off a bit of it. So rather than just washing up a bit of it and then you don't know, you can just respray or spray something else or yeah. And I think this is a fragrance that is very good for the daytime, and it's probably intended that it goes away as the time passes because in the nighttime you probably want to get another fragrance that is a bit more interesting for afterwards. But it's a very sexy fragrance. I mean I think that people smelling like that, I would be like, what is their sunscreen? Is that just the sunscreen? And if they told me it was like oh no, it's just a little trick I put on fragrance on top of my sunscreen to um, make it smell better, I'd be like, props to you, it smells amazing. So I think it's a very solid fragrance from the first sniff like that. Hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, subscribe if you didn't, and spray love and spread love. Bye bye.